So good morning, I'm Aaron. I'm the director of Complexus Limited, and we're supporting the 105th anniversary birthday of the Royal Signals event. So could you just give us the names and ranks of the people involved, please, Robin?
Yeah, so myself, Cpl Dennis, and Cpl Gary Chapman, both here at Blandford Garrison, support unit and 11 Signal Regiment, which is the training facility for the Royal Signals. And we're both taking on the 105 challenge.
Amazing. Well, I'll jump straight to that then. Why 105 miles? I think it's pretty obvious, but why pick something so hard? Why not do just a 10K or something?
Yeah, funny enough, it is the 105th birthday of the Corps. So therefore we thought, why not? There's the Jurassic Beast on the doorstep. We'll just add to it and do 105 miles for the 105th birthday.
Amazing. So what's the training like?
Training's good. As I say, we're quite fortunate that we're on the doorstep to the Jurassic Coast. Plenty of hills down there. So it's kind of weekends in our own time, sports afternoons, whatever time we've got outside of work just to get the mileage done. As well as that, it's tied in quite nicely for Cpl Chapman, who's just completed the Lanyard, which is a 40-mile march, and that was conducted up in Otterburn. So again, quite a bit of mileage on the legs prior to the event.
Brilliant. So talking of getting your day in your normal working army life and trying to fit it around that, could you give us what's a typical day for you?
So for me and Chappie, it's quite a unique place to be. So it's a phase 2 training establishment, so it takes them through their trade training. Cpl Chapman works with the Garrison Sergeant Major in the discipline line for the phase 2s and for the permanent staff. So his is a varying day, and he gets sort of jobs coming on the fly that need completing. And for myself, it's a bit more linear. I've just moved into 5 Squadron in 11 Signal Regiment, and I'm the military instructor for the supply chain trade. So mine is whatever courses come in. Need conducting myself among a couple civil servants and staff Hazel. We'll take them through their trade training and their upskilling for the permanent staff that need upskilling, or the individuals coming back from the field army that need training up to the next level.
Okay, so that hasn't stopped. You've got to fit all this training for this event in and around that, I'm presuming.
Yes, no change. Work schedule is as per, and then the training just sort of slots in as and when we can.
Okay, so talk about the charity then, if you wouldn't mind. What made you sort of put this thing together? Of obviously it's the birthday and doing the thing, but what is it about the charity you think is so important?
Yeah, so I maybe 3 years ago now decided to volunteer as a charity rep for the Royal Signals charity on the Garrison, and to that end we kind of know we can get the support from the charity as much as we can give support back to them. So it was an easy pick to go for the Royal Signals charity. And aside from that fact, it is the main charity that looks after Royal Signals soldiers, their families, veterans of the Corps itself. So it seemed like an easy pick, considering it's not only on our doorstep, but also repping our own cap badge.
That's fantastic. And I think it's difficult. I've spoken to some other people in and around the charity and also the Royal Signals Association about trying to get some specifics to help people understand why you're doing it, you know, where the money goes. Ultimately, there's a lot of bad press out there at the moment, and it's extremely difficult. You know, one, we don't want to talk about our strifes and troubles. So, you know, having a charity there, especially a military minded one, to kind of push support on you rather than you just also helping. I know you need to ask for help. Makes this really difficult, doesn't it, to tell people, you know, you want a specific story, but actually no one wants to talk about the dark side of what's going on. So that's why I think this little video here is so important, and why you inspire me, to be honest. It's you know, I can't do that anymore, older and little bit heavier. So amazing for you guys to give up your own time to do it. So I, for one, am a fan and support it, hence why we're doing this. So is there anything else you'd like to add, other than obviously everyone donate as much as you can? You know, a fiver to you might be, you know, well, less than a pint now these days, isn't it? But can really help. So if people think, oh, I can only give a fiver, that's not only that, you know, a few thousand people give a fiver, that's a lot of money and can do a lot of good. So I'll hand back over to you. Is there anything else you want to end this off with?
It's kind of nail on the head there. It is getting a little bit tight financially for everyone. Understand that. But there are others out there that are more hard done by. And that's where this charity can sort of step in, as with all charities. But obviously it sits closer to home for us, because we're still living it, if that makes sense. So being able to see the guys supported once they leave the military is a key point. And given the current financial crisis, even just a penny or a pound makes a massive difference. If we had 1,000 donators and they all donated a pound, we'd be on target.
Amazing, thank you very much. So I am now going to show you some hopefully cool things, and this is my reason for sort of helping and giving back myself, because obviously I went through the core and did skills and how I built my business really. So we can have any name we want, and I think we picked for now, what did I pick there? R6 105, but we can change it to whatever we want. And that will redirect to our live tracking portal. At the moment, I've also got my personal ID badge that I'm wearing around my neck and a couple of demo vehicles that we run as a script just going there. So the concept is we've got, if you could give us a bit of feedback, we're happy to send you whatever kit we want. But at the moment, we're thinking of a personal satellite tracker for a bit of safety comms. That will do sort of 10-minute updates for your route, and a personal tracker that uses mobile phone networks as the backhaul connection back to this server. And the concept is that there's no password here. There's all sorts of alerts and stuff you can see going off there, but you can have a panic alarm or whatever else you want in there. Is that we could post this out on social so people can see your progress. And also if something did go wrong, you know, God forbid, you know, something you needed assistance, you can do that. Would you be having support vehicles?
Yeah, so we have got a minibus that is telling us where it can en route. Obviously, it's the Jurassic Coast, so there's not so many entrance points, but we're looking at probably every 8 to 12 miles. There'll be an actual stop short where we can get into a car park, whatever it may be.
Brilliant. Well, I've just decided to put a third in. So we're assuming it's got a 12-volt socket. Used to be called cigarette socket, but modern days not many people smoke anymore. So the 12-volt socket, so that you can also see where the minibus is in regards to your location. So what we can do is give you the minibus doesn't need to be on the live support page. So you could have a log on so you can see where you are. If you wanted to, more than happy. If you know the route, we can chuck the route on there so people can sort of see the route you're taking and the progress you're making. And also you can, like I say, so that'll be like a public link, and then you guys can have a log on so you can also see where the minibus is. And if we cut the public one for whatever reason, the minibus driver can also still see where you are. It doesn't sound a lot, but it helps massively with logistics. We do it with scouting, guiding, Duke of Edinburgh, cadets, those sort of organisations, and knowing where everyone is from a situational awareness. Well, I don't have to tell you, it's what we do. It's what we do for a living, generally in a military stance, but we do it for the civilian world. So yeah, we're not charging for that. We'll post it down to you, and pretty much it's as simple as turn it on. And it will show up on here of where you're going.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, tons of map layers, so much data going on. So every map layer under the sun you can think of. And where should I go? And you can search for everything here. So we like doing London Eye. And this particular map layer, just as a novel thing, really, it does work with altitude. So if you're doing mountains, if you do a right click or 2 fingers on the mobile, there's 3D data loaded in for buildings as well. So if you wanted some elevation information, you can get that too. But most people stick with a topo So you get a bit of, it's going really slow because we're on the Teams call as well, typically when I want to demo it, but there's a topographic map. But there's also OS Land Ranger stuff, Ordnance Survey that you're more used to, but whatever, and satellite based.
Brilliant.
So you can do them. This button here is the same. It's on your phone. The UI is very, very similar, if not borderline identical on the phone. If you press that, it will show you where you are. It's obviously asking for my permission on my browser. So the concept there, if you've got another support vehicle that doesn't have a tracker and they want to know where they are in comparison to you. So this is where I am. Our little office is here. There's my ID badge. That's where it thinks I am roughly, because my laptop doesn't have GPS, but my ID badge is in this building here. And obviously we've got that right there, and a million other features that I won't go into. And there's all sorts of post-event reports we can run, and we can replay and do all sorts of stuff. So you can replay journeys. So there you go. That's my little drive in this morning. It didn't pick up GPS until I sort of got here. So you can get that. So we can show people what it was, all the typical stuff, you know, graph, height, elevation, speed, all that kind of stuff as you're going along. And what else can we say? You can also send messages in. You can't see it on this particular one, but we can program some messages in to sort of say you're on track or whatever. If you hit a particular milestone and you want to say, yeah, stopping for lunch, whatever, and that'll pop up on here in an event. And then we can keep sort of sharing that and posting that and G you on. We can also, that's us, not the public, but we can also send messages to you to let you know what's going on. So we might do that through the day.
Fantastic.
Bit of comms is always a bit of a booster. And when are you doing it? Remind us, sorry.
So we're setting off 06 on 25th of April 25.
Okay, so only a few days to count down now. Brilliant.
Right.
Okay, well, I'll stop sharing this and I'll give the quick devices a flash. So this is a Garmin InReach and it's a Velcro strap. So we thought of all that stuff from mountaineering, wear it myself. So the Velcro strap goes around your strap on your Bergen, and then that's there. And there's a cord in case you drop it, and that's it. You've just got to turn it on, set it to track, and away you go. And that'll definitely last all day. The battery on these, they claim a month, but we typically have done 10-day expeditions without charging them at all, leaving them on, turn them off at night time, but run them for the day, 12 to 16-hour days, no problem. 12-volt. Literally plug it in a cigarette lighter, that's it, and that's the minibus. You'll know where that is. And then a tiny little personal tracker, and that one uses all the mobile networks. We've got a SIM card on every mobile network across Europe, and it literally is turn it on and press the panic button, and that will last all day as well. And that's got a waterproof magnetic charger just in case. I suppose we'll ship down with a spare battery just in case, because typically if there is low phone signal, it could be. But what sort of you're doing, because you will need to charge it, because you're doing over 3 days, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's across the 3 days. But yeah, the vehicle does have that input, so there's that's a positive.
Yeah, okay. So this particular one will need charging each night. It's up to you whether you charge the Garmin, and this one obviously runs off the vehicle battery. So we'll send you I think we've got a spare portable battery and a charger for both, and that's just standard USB-C, so it's the same as your phone, so you can do it off there. So that's us really.